Hey guys, it's Timmy, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited, as we are here on the 10th of June, 2019, to talk about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. So, tonight's Raw was just a okay show. There was nothing great. There was nothing horrible. I mean, yeah, I don't know if I could say there was anything horrible on the show. I wouldn't say there was anything great on the show, that's for sure, but it was interesting because there's only 2 weeks to the next pay-per-view. We just came off the Saudi Arabia show. We did get a little bit of fallout from that show, but not much, to be honest. And it was like, that show happened. That show's in the past. Let's keep going. We got Stomping Grounds, but yeah, Stomping Grounds is just whatever. Kind of how it felt to me. Like, yeah, we're going to build some stuff to Stomping Grounds, and they're going to let Michael Cole keep saying, kick ass, when he promotes Stomping Grounds. But other than that, it's just like, really? Really? Oh, Wayne Montgomery says it was a normal show tonight, Tim. Yeah, very normal. Just like the house show I went to last night with the Raw crew. Very by the books, by the number, nothing happening. Just average house show last night. I'll tell you that right now. Super average house show last night for the Raw crew. Apparently the SmackDown show was awesome. Had some really good matches. But I wasn't at that one. Don't live in Stockton. But, hey, my kids had a good time. Everybody that we went with liked it. Enjoyed their time. I can't really complain too much. And now we move on to Raw. Luke Mice says, have you ever met a WWE superstar? I can't remember. I don't know if I have in person. I don't know if I have in person, to be honest. I may have when I went to Mania. I think I might have met Kevin Owens when I was at Mania, but I can't remember 100%. And that was like 2015. WWJ Gaming, thank you for the $2 super chat donation. Says there was too much tag team matches. I mean, a little bit, but not in a bad way. Not in a bad way to where, I mean, it got more people on the show. And everyone's always complaining, oh, so-and-so didn't get on the show this week. Oh, so-and-so didn't go on the show this week. And then when there's, a lot of guys on the show, people complain because there's too many tag matches and this and that. And it's just like, I don't know how to make everybody happy, but we'll see what happens. And yeah, so before we get going, I want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to be a member here on the Pro Wrestling Unlimited YouTube channel. We have a number of people subscribed so far. If you want to subscribe and earn those cool little badges you see next to some people's names, or the right to use some special emojis during our live chats, you can do so by hitting that join button that is right down there next to the subscribe button. It's only going to cost you $4.99 a month to subscribe to join us as a member, and we will be putting out more exclusive and early access content to members. And again, remember, you look cool in the chat and in the comments when you get to have that special badge next to your name, or use those emojis. Again, it only costs $4.99 to subscribe and become a member to the Pro Wrestling Unlimited YouTube channel. Now with that, let's start with Raw. So Raw kicks off, and out comes Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins brought a steel chair with him. We were supposed to think maybe it was the same steel chair that he used at Saudi Arabia, on Brock Lesnar. Chris McNutt with a $5 super chat donation says, Tim, we getting the rematches, and we getting a match about 2 years ago, Alexa Bailey at Stomping Grounds. Nothing but same, not new. I mean, it's been a while since we got the Alexa Bailey match, so it's okay to get it again. Maybe it'll be better than last time. Hopefully it's better than last time. I mean, it can't be any worse than that kendo stick on a pole match. And I mean, it's not like people complained when we got AJ Styles, Kevin Owens over and over and over again, month after month, Sasha and Charlotte month after month. So it's just like, it's been a while. Let's see if they can do better. So they played a video package recapping Seth's beatdown of Brock Lesnar at Super Showdown. Rollins said that he feels alive tonight. He said that no one on the planet can lace his boots. He said that anyone who wants to take the Universal title from him should ask Brock Lesnar how that goes. He said Brock Lesnar has been in WWE since 2002, and no one has ever done to Lesnar what he did to him at Super Showdown. And I do remember Brock Lesnar getting his ass whooped back in like 2003 by The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. So Brock's got his ass whipped a couple times. This ain't the first time someone whooped his ass. So Baron Corbin's music plays, and he comes out, and he entered to a chorus of boos. He told the crowd that his feeling is mutual between them and him. Corbin insulted the crowd in San Jose. He said that he walked the streets there today, and he's the best thing that's been in that town in a long time. Corbin said that he's going to beat Seth Rollins for the title at Stomping Grounds. Corbin said that the referee, John Cone, cost him the match at Super Showdown, and he's had meetings all day with WWE executives, and John Cone may just be punished, which doesn't look like it because John Cone refereed the main event. Fonzie, I believe Undertaker, the first, I'm going to look it up, but I believe the first Undertaker Hell in a Cell match, Undertaker Brock Lesnar Hell in a Cell match. You might be right, actually. I may be. Let me see. Yep, you're right. I'm wrong. I apologize. Thank you for keeping me honest. 2002. I got my time a little wrong. It's all good, though. Thank you for keeping me honest. So, it didn't look like John Cone was punished as he main evented the main event. Or as he refereed the main event, I said. Corbin said he was granted a rematch, and he gets to pick his own referee. Rollins said, well, it's going to be hard for you to pick a referee when nobody likes you, not the fans, not your own dog, and nobody in the back. Who's going to be your referee? And then out would come Sami Zayn. Sami said that he's on Team Corbin. He said that he knows that Seth, he's known Seth for a long time, and he cares about him as a person. He said being the Universal Champion, has not been good for Seth's health or his well-being, and maybe, just maybe, he should let somebody else be the champion. He said it's getting to him, and it's not getting to him in a good way. Zayn said that it would be better for Seth to let a person like Baron Corbin be the Universal Champion. He said that he stands to gain from Corbin being the champion because if he helps Corbin win, then Corbin may just give him a shot at the title, which, hey, to each their own, makes sense. He wants to help Corbin, and I'm not even saying for selfish reasons. Just, you scratch your back, I scratch your back, you scratch my back. I help you, you give me a shot at your belt. So, Seth Rollins then would go on to state that Sami Zayn, he told Sami Zayn, when I come up that stage and slap the taste right out of your face, who's going to be there to watch your back? And out would come former Universal Champion Kevin Owens. I don't know why I was about to say Seth Rollins. He said that he's got Sami's back. Owens said that he's here tonight because of the wild card rule, if that ever really even matters anymore. Rollins challenged Owens to face him later on tonight. Rollins walked up the stage and got in the face of all three men as his music played. He walked off. The announcers plugged that coming up in just a little while later on tonight, there'll be a sit-down interview between Becky Lynch and I have my notes wrong here. It was a sit-down interview with Becky Lynch, and Lacey Evans was involved as well. They also told us that the tag titles would be on the line, and next up, Lars Sullivan will be facing the Lucha House Party in a 3-on-1 elimination match, but technically, it was done more like a gauntlet match. So Lars Sullivan comes out, and he attacks Lucha House Party before the bell. Kalisto started off as the first legal man. He came off the top rope right into a Uranagi from Lars. Lars pinned him. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Beat him. Pinned him. This is how the match in Saudi Arabia should have went. Lince Dorado was in next. Sit out powerbomb from Lars. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Bada bing. Done. Grand Metalik then attempted a handspring kick. Sullivan sidestepped and hit a Uranagi. Sullivan covered, but Metalik got up after a 2. Sullivan went for Kalisto on the floor. He attacked Kalisto, dropped him on the steps. He hit another Uranagi on Metalik, and again, pulled him up before the 2. He wasn't looking to finish this match early. Sullivan then went after Dorado on the floor, dropped him on the steps. Back in the ring, he hit a top rope diving headbutt on Metalik and finally pinned him. Sorry for that. Noxious car driving by. Let me restate that. He went for a diving headbutt off the top rope, right onto Metalik, and pinned him 1, 2, 3. So then backstage, and probably the worst 24/7 segment that they've done ever. This is a show-long thing. They cut backstage, and usual geeks chasing after R-Truth and Carmella. So they're chasing after him. They start to almost beat down Truth, and he goes, "Wait, nobody's got a referee. You can't do anything without a referee." So as they're all looking around like, we need a ref, he jumps into an elevator. Others follow him in the elevator, and they start to go down in the elevator, and the elevator stops and breaks. It just won't move. It's Truth, Carmella, Cedric Alexander, EC3, Heath Slater, Drake Maverick, and I don't even know what to say about this. So they're all like, oh no, the elevator won't open, help us. And then it cuts away. And it's got security camera footage of inside the elevator. So Lacey Evans was shown backstage, primping, getting ready for the interview. They then said, and there's the man, Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch, with her boyfriend, Universal Champion Seth Rollins. And then they cut to commercial. Then from the announce desk, Michael Cole introduced Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans. They were put in separate rooms, so nothing shady would go down. No one would have to end up wanting to fight the other. So Cole tried to ask Lynch a question, but Evans cut him off. She said that he should start with talking to the lady. Ladies first. Becky says she's obsessed with being the champion. She's mad at Lacey for costing her other belt, the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Lacey said, It's not an obsession that drives Becky. It's the fear of returning to obscurity. She promised to take Becky's title and make her Becky no belt at Stomping Grounds. Yeah, Kristen says the camera footage from inside the elevator was like GTV back in the day. Very true. Kinda. Becky then told Lacey to put on her granny's kitchen, or knickers, my bad, I don't know why I wrote it as kitchen, knickers, that she calls wrestling gear, and see her in the ring later. We then learned that it will be both the SmackDown Live and Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Bayley teaming up tonight to take on their Stomping Grounds opponents, Lacey Evans and Alexa Bliss. They then cut to a locker room where Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were having a little chat. Alexa said that Bayley made her feel unwelcome in the WWE and has threatened her. Nikki said that she has Alexa's back and will be in her corner tonight. Alexa said that she's glad she's got Nikki as a friend because she feels like she can be the real Lexi when she's around her. We then had The Miz come out for Miz TV. Cole threw it to a Miz and Mrs. recap where Miz was dancing with his daughter Monroe Sky. Then they cut to commercial. After commercial, they showed a highlight package of fans enjoying Super Showdown. Ooh, that was a stretch. Cole said that the WWE is the only cross-cultural form of entertainment. Another stretch. Miz then would go on to introduce his guest. He said, this guy's like the Godzilla of WWE, Samoa Joe. They both had their gear on, so you knew something was going to go down. Joe said that Miz is pushing a false narrative by calling him the new United States champion. He said that Rey Mysterio stole the title from him at Money in the Bank, and Joe just got it back. Well, Joe said he won it back, but he didn't. He was gifted it back by an injured Rey Mysterio. Miz then threw to a video of Rey Mysterio relinquishing the title to Joe. Miz said that Rey was a gentleman and relinquished the belt back, but Joe said that he beat him up afterwards to get it. Miz said that Joe crossed the line by insulting Rey's son and the family should be off limits. He said no one should be targeting others' families. Joe said the line doesn't apply to him, and maybe he should start talking about Miz's family. Braun Strowman's music would then hit. He said if Joe was looking for a challenger for his belt, maybe he should stop talking and get these hands. Strowman then entered into the ring, and Bobby Lashley then came out. He said that he's not done with Strowman just yet. Lashley said that he and Joe have history, which they got a lot of history going back to TNA and Impact Wrestling, and that Joe should defend the title against him. This then brought out Ricochet. Ricochet went on to state, "You guys always talk about who's bigger and who's stronger. Well, how about who's quicker?" He said that he wants a title belt because he's on a roll. He beat Cesaro twice, and out came Cesaro. Cesaro came out and attacked Ricochet on the stage. A brawl then broke out with Strowman, Miz, and Ricochet cleared the ring before the commercial break. And when we came back, we had a 6-man tag team match where, unfortunately, it looks like Cesaro may have been injured in this match. So to recap this match, Lashley grabbed a wrist lock on Strowman and used a kip up to escape. Strowman used a kip up, that is. He then rolled under a leapfrog, and the referee, under the announcers were very, very impressed. Kristen Alonso says a possible ladder match with these 6. That's what I was thinking at first, but then my thought was, you can't have too many gimmick matches on this show when the next pay-per-view after Stomping Grounds is freaking Extreme Rules. You already got the cage match. You can't do too many gimmick matches, specialty matches, and then go into Extreme Rules, and then what are you going to do? So maybe they wait till after Extreme Rules, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Miz tagged himself in and hit a clothesline in the corner on Lashley. Joe cut off Miz with a clothesline from the apron. Cesaro then got the tag and used a chin lock. Miz broke the hold and tagged in Ricochet. Ricochet then hit a flying head scissor and a springboard clothesline on Cesaro. He whipped out a clothesline and hit a tope con hilo on Cesaro out of the ring before a commercial break. Back from the break, the heels were in control. Cesaro used a chin lock on Ricochet. Ricochet escaped with a jawbreaker and hit a Hurricane Rana. Cesaro, though, cut him off. Tagged in Lashley. Ricochet hit Lashley with an enziguri and was able to tag Miz in. Miz hit Lashley with the double knees in the corner, then a clothesline. He knocked Joe off the apron with the clothesline and hit Lashley and Cesaro with DDTs. Miz then hit his it kicks to Lashley and Cesaro. Lashley hit a flatliner and tagged in Joe. Joe then hit a senton and made a cover. Strowman made the save. Cesaro then tagged in and used a giant swing on The Miz while Lashley and Strowman brawled on the floor. Cesaro applied a sharpshooter, but Ricochet made the save, hitting a code breaker to break it up. Strowman then got the hot tag, hit a clothesline in the corner. Cesaro rolled to the outside, and Strowman hit a shoulder tackle on the floor. Back in the ring, Strowman made a cover, but Joe saved the fall. Strowman went for a power slam on Joe, and Joe escaped and left with his belt. He said, "I'm out." Match then broke down. Lashley speared Strowman on the floor. Ricochet hit a dive onto Lashley. Back in the ring, Miz jumped off the top into a uppercut from Cesaro, which led to a near fall. Cesaro then went for the neutralizer, but Miz turned it into a skull-crushing finale. Miz tagged Ricochet, and Ricochet went for the 630. When Ricochet went for the 630, he landed right on the right knee of Cesaro, and Cesaro grabbed the knee instantly. You could tell he wasn't selling. He was hurting. So Cesaro ended up taking the pin here. Ricochet, The Miz, and Braun Strowman were victorious, and Cesaro was unable to walk to the back on his own as he needed officials to help him. And unfortunately, hopefully, Cesaro's not hurt. I haven't heard anything on his condition yet, but it's just unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate if he goes down with a knee injury, because as a singles guy, he's been doing pretty good. The matches he's been doing with Ricochet have been very fun to watch, and I just hope that he's not hurt. And if we do hear anything further, we will let you guys know anything we do find out on Cesaro's condition. We then got a plug for Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens later on tonight. Backstage, Charlie Caruso asked Corbin who will be his referee at Stomping Grounds. Corbin said that he'll make some calls, do some interviews, and he's got about 2 weeks to make that decision. He said it will be someone who's actually good at their job. Sami Zayn then interrupted, asked for a word with Corbin. They were then shown talking amongst each other before the cameras cut away. Becky Lynch then came to the ring before a commercial break for her match, where it was her and Bayley taking on Lacey Evans and and Alexa Bliss. So Bayley got a very good reaction. Of course, it's her hometown crowd. Bayley hit Bliss with a series of stomps in the corner, then hit a sliding lariat. Bliss used an arm drag takedown for a near fall, then tagged in Evans. Evans worked over Bayley after hitting an elbow drop for a near fall. Lynch got the tag. Evans cut her off with a big old boot to the gut. Bliss then got a tag, and Lynch backed her into the corner. She teased a Bexploder, but Evans grabbed her boot from the floor. Bayley sort of hit a sliding dropkick on Evans, and Lynch and Bayley stood tall before a commercial break. Back after the break, Bliss was working over Lynch. Bliss missed a standing moonsault and tagged out. Evans then used a chin lock, then a head and arm choke, I guess you can call it. Lynch powered out. Evans sent Lynch into the corner and hit a modified Bronco Buster. Lynch then sent Evans to the outside and hit a baseball slide. Bliss and Bayley then brawled to the floor. Say that 5 times fast. Bliss and Bayley. Evans jumped back inside and cut Lynch off. Evans used a swinging neckbreaker for a 2 count. Evans missed her best moonsault ever, and Lynch was finally able to tag out. Bayley hit a scary-looking buckle bomb on Bliss. Evans hit Lynch with a woman's right on the floor, and then nailed Bayley with one. Bliss then jumped to the top rope, hit the Twisted Bliss. Evans made a blind tag. Bayley got her knees up on the Twisted Bliss, but Evans jumped in and hit another woman's right on Bayley and pinned her in the middle of the ring. So Alexa Bliss and Lacey Evans victorious over the champions. So backstage, they showed Shane McMahon. Sami Zayn asked him if he could be a second referee for the Rollins versus Owens match later tonight in case Corbin wants him to be the referee at Stomping Grounds. He can show him just how good of a job he can do. So Shane said okay, and they called him the special guest referee, or special guest outside referee. That's what they called him. Say that 5 frickin' times fast. Special guest outside referee. Joe Decker says, Tim, did you watch Smarter Than a Fifth Grader with Cena? No, I was watching Raw. So Paul Heyman came down to the ring to cut a promo. He mocked the crowd for cheering for a thug like Seth Rollins, who beat up Brock Lesnar with a chair and then would come out and brag about it. Heyman said that Rollins made a mistake in beating up Lesnar. Lesnar still has money in the bank. Heyman said no more advance warnings from Lesnar when he's going to cash in. He's just going to come when he's ready. He said he's not saying that Lesnar isn't here tonight or is here tonight. He said that Lesnar could end up being that referee at Stomping Grounds in his match against Corbin. He said that Lesnar is going to put a non-PG beatdown on Rollins when he is in his most vulnerable state. He said this is not a prediction or even a spoiler, but a threat from the past and future Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. They then cut to the 24/7 title situation, I guess you can call it. EC3 pulled out a plastic fork because I guess he says he's going to eat somebody if they don't get out. It was dumb. Carmelo then goes, you know what? Or Truth first goes, I got a cell phone. They're like, use it. I ain't got bars. And frickin' Cedric goes, wait, Truth, you're a rapper and you don't have any bars? And Carmelo goes, no, you know what? Only people that can talk are the people that have the hat. So Drake Maverick grabs the hat and goes, I need to get out of here. I'm getting married in a couple of weeks. And EC3 snags the hat from him and goes, you didn't tell me you're getting married. How can you get married and not invite me and not tell me? And he goes, snatches the hat back and goes, you're the best man. Carmelo then grabs his hat and goes, quit messing with my hat. And they all pass it around or whatever. It was R-Truth called Drake Maverick Hornswoggle. Drake said that he's not Hornswoggle. He's just a very small man, and they're still stuck in the elevator. Iconics then come out. Iconics ran down the San Jose Sharks. They said that they searched the globe for the best competitors, and they found 2 local competitors here in San Jose. Those Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, who they called themselves the reigning and defending. When have these motherfuckers ever defended the belts? Have they ever defended their belts? Not that I can think of since WrestleMania when they won them. So they took on Lisa Lace and Aaliyah Mia, something like that. MIA. Quick squash. Kay held up Mia in a glam slam position while Royce hit her with a sloppy running knee. Billie Kay got the pin. Whoopity-doo! Those are your Raw. No, WWE, not even just Raw. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. So going forward, they replayed Roman Reigns' post-match promo from Super Showdown, where he said that Shane McMahon really didn't get this win. It was Drew McIntyre who helped him get this win. Well then, a very sweaty and out-of-breath Shane McMahon came down and cut a promo. He said that he grew up in WWE, so he knows when something special comes along. He said Roman Reigns is special. He said that he's won every title imaginable, and the Royal Rumble twice. Roman has only won the Rumble once, though, I think, even though Shane said twice. Shane said Roman has wins over Lesnar and The Undertaker, but not over himself. He then said he thanked Drew McIntyre for coaching and encouraging him to his victory over Roman Reigns at Super Showdown. Drew said that he's going to hurt Roman at Stomping Grounds. He says Shane is the best in the world, but Drew is the most dangerous man in the world. He promised to physically assault Roman and beat him until he's unrecognizable. Funny thing here is they were wearing matching leather jackets, both wearing jeans. I think McIntyre had dark jeans, Shane had regular jeans. And they poured champagne into Shane's Best of the World trophy and drank out of it. Shane said the party is going to continue now, and he introduced the Revival. Revival poured themselves some champagne, but Shane stopped them before drinking it. He said their match is next, and they can't be drinking before their match. He said that they have a party planned for later, but only if they win the tag titles. Charlie Caruso then interviewed Hawkins and Ryder. She called their WrestleMania win a Cinderella story. Hawkins said it isn't midnight yet, the time hasn't run out. So then we got Hawkins and Ryder defending the Raw Tag Team Championships against the Usos and the Revival. The weird thing about this was yesterday they announced this is just Hawkins and Ryder versus the Revival. Then quietly, just randomly, around maybe, I want to say, I noticed it around like between 11 and 12 Pacific time, they had turned it into a triple threat match on their preview, where at about an hour or two before that, last I had checked the preview, it was still a regular tag match. So around, like I said, between 11 and 12 Pacific time, the preview had changed to a triple threat, and it was still 2 hours later before they actually announced this on their social media. Going forward, Dawson and Ryder started off the match. Jimmy made a blind tag. Ryder hit a flapjack. Hawkins tagged in, and the Revival cut him off instantly. They sent him into the barricade before a commercial. After the break, Dawson held Hawkins in a chinlock. Jimmy made a blind tag and hit a pescado. He used a Samoan drop on Dawson for a near fall. Hawkins made a blind tag on Dawson. Hawkins and Ryder hit some tandem offense on Jimmy, and Ryder got a near fall. Ryder missed a Rough Rider on Jimmy. Jay tagged in as he ran wild with super kicks. Ryder hit a Rough Rider on Jimmy, but Jay was now the legal man. Jay went to the top, but Dawson made the blind tag as he jumped off the top rope with the Uso splash. He hit the splash, did the RVD thing where you hit the splash and you bounce off your opponent. Dawson would jump right in, steal the pin. 1, 2, 3, Revival. New and now 2-time Raw Tag Team Champions. Fortunately, half this match did take place during a commercial break, so I can only say that what I saw was okay, but I can't really tell you if this is a good or a great or not good match, because it's like when half of a title match takes place, maybe even more than half, takes place during a commercial, that's not good. So Charlie Caruso, after this, well, first I just want to say congratulations to the Revival. New Raw Tag Team Champions, like I said, now 2-time Raw Tag Team Champions. So Charlie Caruso caught up with Seth Rollins backstage. He said he's ready for Sami and Kevin tonight, just like he was ready for Brock at Super Showdown. Then they said next is Firefly Funhouse. But first, they showed the 24/7 people in the elevator again. They started singing "We Are Family." The elevator then opens, and you see everybody else with their referee. Carmella, well, first they all get pushed out, and then it looks like they're all starting to try and pin Truth, and they're all stopping each other from pinning Truth, and then Carmella drags Truth back into the elevator to escape. This was the worst, I'm going to say it, fucking scramble I've seen in so long. This was so bad with the way that these guys were lightly rolling up Truth, lightly pulling each other off of each other, lightly jumping back on him, lightly trying to brawl around this elevator shaft. Just a regular elevator. This was bad. Henry McKenna says Lacey versus Becky in a dark match after Raw went off the air. I saw the match last night at the house show. Whew, I can tell you guys some things. So let's go off on a tangent before we talk about Firefly Funhouse. This is how bad Lacey Evans is. She ruined Becky Lynch. So Becky, her music hits. She gets a good pop. Maybe the third best pop of the night behind Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman. So she comes out. They start the match. Crowd goes silent. You have a couple people, wow, yeah, boo, chattering or whatnot during the match. Not even a quarter of this crowd. And the place was half full, at least. Not even a quarter of this crowd was reacting. Anything in this match. At all. Like I said, maybe a quarter. Soon as the match ends, crowd erupts because Becky retained her title. But it's just like, they don't care about Lacey Evans so much, or it's so little, whatever you want to say, that they were dead for this match. But they loved Becky during her entrance, and they loved Becky when she won. Just crazy. It's kind of the same in the tag match. They did a Raw Tag Team title match. It was a triple threat. It was Hawkins and Ryder defending against the Usos and the Good Brothers. Crowd was completely dead when the Usos weren't in the ring. Usos would jump in the ring. They start reacting. They start going good. Weird. Very weird. Joe Decker says, Tim, didn't Reigns win 15 and 17? Something around there. No, I'm pretty sure. I can look it up really fast. I'm pretty sure Roman only won one Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns. I could be wrong. Let's see here. Roman Reigns has won Royal Rumble in 2015. That was it. Because I think 2017, you're thinking when he entered number 30. He didn't win that year. Because that's the year. Yeah. That's the year. I'm pretty sure Randy Orton won. Right. So, Reigns had lost earlier in the night to Kevin Owens. There was the shark cage match with the Universal title on the line. He then came out number 30 in the Royal Rumble. And the last two men were him and Orton. Orton eliminates him. Bada boom. Orton goes on and faces Bray at WrestleMania 32. So, yeah, it was 2015 was the only year Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble. So then we got Firefly Funhouse, and this was weird as hell. Ramblin' Rabbit said that Mercy the Buzzard tried to eat him again. Bray threatened to unleash the Fiend. Bray put on a clown nose. He then beat down the rabbit with a hammer. Bray then ate the guts of the rabbit. Said it was delicious. He said, yowie wowie. That was delicious. He then did a commercial for Ramblin' Rabbit's breakfast spread, which is supposed to be Ramblin' Rabbit's guts like jelly or jam, however you call it, wherever you are. Bray then signed off with reminding everybody that he'll always light the way as long as you let him in. And out would come Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins came out for his match against Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn made a big fuss about making sure you check both of these guys for foreign objects. He checked Seth Rollins under his kick pads. He checked Seth Rollins under, he even smacked his rib tape or whatever. Then he goes and he checks Kevin Owens really quickly. You're right, Wayne. It was WrestleMania 33, not 32. My bad. And so the beginning of this match is weird. Owens goes, I think it was Owens. No, it was Sami. He was like, you gotta make sure he doesn't have a knife. I was like, what? So Rollins escaped a wrist lock early. He used a crucifix for a near fall. Zayn distracted the referee while Rollins used a schoolboy on Owens. Rollins hit a couple punches in the corner, and Zayn jumped on the apron and cut him off. Owens then rolled to the outside, and Rollins hit a dropkick through the ropes. Rollins went out after him, but Zayn jumped in the way, saying that, oh, I need to check on Owens. And the announcers were like, why do you need to check on him in the middle of this match? This makes no sense. Owens used the distraction to hit a DDT on the floor, and then we went to commercial. Owens then had Rollins in a chinlock when we returned from the commercial. Owens hit a drop kick to the back. Rollins hit a sling blade. Owens cut him off with a knee lift. Owens went for a swanton, but Rollins got his knees up. They exchanged some super kicks, but Rollins eventually hit him with an enziguri. He went to the top rope, but Zayn jumped in and put himself in front of Owens. Owens then went for a schoolboy for a near fall. Rollins then sent Owens to the outside, and at this point, Seth was bleeding from his left eye, right, left eyebrow, I should say. Not bad at all. So Rollins sent Owens to the outside and took out Owens and Zayn both to suicide dive. Rollins then hit a curb stomp, but Zayn pulled the referee out of the ring before he could count. Rollins then grabbed Zayn by the shirt in the ring, and Zayn called for the bell, calling it a disqualification because you don't put your hands on the referee. Kevin Owens actually wins by DQ. Rollins then attacked Zayn. Baron Corbin would run down and attack Rollins. Corbin grabbed a chair, and Rollins kicked him in the gut. Corbin bailed. Rollins then hit Zayn with a chair over and over as Corbin looked on the ramp. Rollins then tore Zayn's referee shirt off and hit him with a curb stomp, posed with a Universal title, and Corbin backed up the stage. And folks, that was tonight's Monday Night Raw. An average show. I wouldn't say it was horrible. I wouldn't say it was good. I would just say that it was mediocre. It was average. And now, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you guys have to say about tonight's Monday Night Raw. If you guys do want to call into the show, you can do so at 559-475-8473. If you guys want to text into the show, you can do so at 510-906-1341. Just get the text messages up here. Looking at the chat while we do so. Henry McKenna says, I hope the 24 title lasts forever and ever and ever. Not if they keep doing the stuff they did tonight, because that stuff tonight was just bad. Like, I thought that stuff, we're stuck in an elevator. There's no referee. You can't attack me. Dumb. I thought they'd done some clever stuff, but dumb. Jason Gaines says, I wonder where was Roman tonight. He was at the house show for SmackDown. That's where he was. He was working his other day job as a SmackDown Live superstar. So with that, again, if you do want to call in, 559-475-8473 is the phone number to call in. If you do want to give me your text messages, if you don't want to call but want to give your thoughts, 510-906-1341. We do have a few text messages here. This person says, if it'll load, who would you like to see as a special guest referee for the match at Stomping Grounds? That's a tough one. You know what? I'm going to take this call, and I'm going to think about that and give you an answer afterwards. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on? Caller, you're on the air. Going once. Twice.
Hey.
Hey.
I have a couple questions.
Go for it.
What do you think they're gonna do about Lars Sullivan after the Lucha House Party rivalry?
I mean, hopefully they give him a good rivalry with somebody maybe like, I think he can do good with Ricochet. Ricochet can probably carry him to some good matches. I think maybe, give me 1 second here. I think maybe he could do some good stuff with Aleister Black, if they ever let Aleister Black wrestle. So I think what they need to do is, the Lucha House Party thing was good. I thought it got him over as, he can defeat multiple men at one time. He's a big, strong, scary monster, I guess. And now they got to give him somebody that maybe he doesn't have like just back and forth matches with, but guys that can make him look good in the ring.
And one more question: where has Buddy Murphy been? Do you think
Honestly,
they're going to use him?
He worked the Battle Royal for Super Showdown, and other than that, he's been chilling backstage at SmackDown. I think he works some of the house shows, but other than that, doesn't really do anything else.
And one last question: who do you think R-Truth is going to drop the title to?
That's one you can't really say, because we've seen that as soon as he loses the belt, he wins it right back anyways. So that's a tough one. It's like, I could say that Cedric Alexander wins the belt, but Truth will probably win it right back, because that belt and Truth are like two peas in a pod.
Okay. And thank you for taking my call. Have a great night.
Not a problem. Have a great night. Thanks for the call. Let's take another call here. Caller on the air. What's going on?
Hi, my name is Lauren. How are you?
Good. Yourself?
I'm doing well. So, let me start out with, I have a question for you. So, when do you think Brock Lesnar is going to cash in his Money in the Bank contract?
I've been thinking about this, and I think it actually, I don't know if this would happen, but if they were possibly contemplating, which it has been talked about, maybe having him work SmackDown for the Fox deal, when SmackDown goes to Fox, it would be very interesting if that first night they're on Fox, he shows up and cashes in on whoever the champion is, whether it's Kofi or somebody else. He cashes in, and then, oh my God, they just did this. Everybody that, the new fans on Fox, maybe the people that didn't watch previously but caught that one first episode, go, wow, if they did this week, what would they do next week? And it could be something to maybe entice people to at least watch for a couple weeks while they start off on Fox. So I think a good way to build up the crowd for Fox would be to have him cash in on that first show, not to get a good rating for the first show because it's going to be unannounced, but to possibly get good ratings going forward.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And did you see the botch with Lars Sullivan and where the oh my goodness, I can't even think of what that guy's name is, but where he tried to throw him into the post and he missed and ended up landing on his neck?
Yeah, I did see that.
Oh man, I hope he's okay.
He looked fine. He was able to continue, so.
All right. Well, you have a good rest of your show, and thank you for taking the call.
Not a problem. Thanks for the call, and have a great night. Before I take another call, I'll tell you who I think the referee should be. And to be honest, I've been thinking about it, and I don't think there is a better person than Sami Zayn. And what I think can happen is, in the match, inadvertently, maybe Sami gets taken down. Maybe he gets knocked out by accident, whether that's by Seth or whether that's by Corbin. And another referee has to come out. Maybe that's John Cone. Maybe that's somebody else. And that referee ends up calling the match. 1, 2, 3. Seth can retain over Corbin. I think possibly that's a good way to do it. You have Sami Zayn in there screwing Seth Rollins every which way, but Seth won't give up. He keeps kicking out. Even if Sami's doing the fast count. Even if Sami's trying to screw him. Then Sami accidentally gets knocked down or knocked out or whatever you want to call it. Another referee runs in to fill that spot. And then we go to the finish. And Seth can still retain. I think that's one cool way that they can do it. And I think it would be a very interesting way to do it as well. But let's take, actually, before we take on the call, let's see. This person here, 843 in the text message, said they would like to see Lashley as the referee. Well, it looks like Lashley is going to be tied up in the whatever this United States Championship situation is going to be. This person says, what team do you think should challenge the Iconics? I think it should be the Kabuki Warriors on SmackDown. This person says, what are your thoughts on AEW's next pay-per-view? Fyter Fest being free. Is it free? If that's the case, I had not seen that yet. Let me do some investigating here really quick. I did not see that it was going to be free. I know it's going to be streaming on Bleacher Report. But let me do a little look-see really fast. I don't know where you saw that it's free. 609 in the text messages, if you're still in the live chat. Text me a link to where you saw that it said that Fyter Fest was going to be free. Let me know. Person here says, can we reunite Team Bad? Tamina, Naomi, and Sasha. I don't know what they're doing with Sasha, and I'm not even going to get into that. They can do Naomi and Tamina, though. They kind of teased it a couple weeks ago. This person says, do you think we're smart cash in Money in the Bank and bank? What? That? I'm going to read this, and you guys try to decipher this. Not being rude to whoever sent this in, but do you think we're smart cash in his Money in the Bank contract? What? Let's take a call. Caller on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim, what's going on?
Not much. What's up?
Oh, nothing much. I just want to give my quick opinions on Raw.
Go for it.
Raw tonight. I felt like the show itself was just a show, but some of the matches entertained me. Like the Lacey Evans match was pretty interesting because she hit that pretty big moonsault, and then that sixth man was interesting. And I mean, I would say the main event was interesting, but that was just kind of centered around Sami Zayn.
Right.
So, but my second thing is with everybody who think that Roman has won the Money in the Bank, not the Money in the Bank, but the what's called the Royal Rumble twice. He won it once. You're right, but he's had a lot of involvements with a lot of other Royal Rumbles. Like one time he was defending the championship, and last couple of years, other than this year, he's been down to the last two. So that's
right.
why everybody gets so confused because
right.
he's had some big moments in the Royal Rumble. But that's all I have for you tonight, Tim. But I have a question.
Go for it.
So real quick, you live in Fresno.
Yeah.
So have you heard of that pizza place that gives away free pizza if you put it on your cell phone, something like that?
I
have you not heard of that?
Don't know what that is.
Oh well, it was on the news over out here on the east of Michigan. Yeah, you should look it up. I thought you'd know about it since it's in Fresno. But
I never heard of that.
It's interesting. It's on the news, but all right.
Okay.
Well, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, sorry, I was wondering.
Not a problem.
But
Thanks
all
for
right,
the call.
see ya. See you in Fresno.
Have a good night. So I found it. Fyter Fest will be free. So right now is E3. If you don't know what E3 is, it's the biggest gaming convention of the year for video games. Kenny Omega is at E3 doing a bunch of things, and he was on Twitch and did officially state, he said, and I quote, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, yes, we are going to be streaming Fyter Fest, and it's going to be live, and it's going to be free." So Kenny Omega confirms Fyter Fest will be free, and that's cool. So everybody can watch Fyter Fest for free on the Bleacher Report live service. It makes sense because last year, this same event that they did with New Japan was also free. So that's very, very cool. Fyter Fest will be free on Bleacher Report Live. So just going forward, checking a couple more text messages before we do wrap things up. This person says, have you seen the stuff between Goldberg and Matt Riddle? Yeah, it's just Matt Riddle trying to get his name out there. Let's see. This person says, when do you think Bray Wyatt will come back and wrestle? I thought it should have been already. I thought he should have returned to Mania or something. But who knows now? Maybe SummerSlam. Maybe Extreme Rules. And this person also says, this match didn't mean anything tonight with the Iconics. No, it did not. But let's take one final call. Calling on the air. What's going on?
Hey Tim, how's it going?
Pretty good. Yourself?
I'm doing good. I actually have a question.
Go for it.
So, do you think like Stomping Grounds is probably just going to be like another show like Super Showdown? Because I feel like they're just going to do a bunch of rematches from Super Showdown.
Well, it won't be. I don't want to say it'll be just like Super Showdown, because Super Showdown was supposed to. They were trying to make you think that Super Showdown was going to be this big, extravagant event, which it wasn't. Super Showdown, it's just basically, hey, we've got an event. Come watch on the WWE Network. We're going to do a lot of matches you've probably already seen before. You're going to get them again. It's just going to be a nothing happening show. I don't expect really much of anything noteworthy to come out of the show, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And I actually have a question though, but this one is about AEW.
Go for it.
When will it start like having their weekly shows on TNT?
October. We don't know exactly what date, but it will start in October.
I mean, it kind of makes sense though, because at least crown their first champion, then start their shows.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. They want to crown the champion before the weekly show starts. And when you think about it, new television always starts in October in the fall. For all networks, their new seasons always start in October, so that's just when they're going to start it. Just like with WWE, that's why their deal starts in October, because new TV contracts and all that usually are re-upped or re-signed or start in October.
Yeah, and also, did you hear on Being the Elite, they announced a Fatal 4-Way for Fyter Fest?
Yes.
I mean, I thought it was kind of funny, though, because Hangman was losing signal with one of the Young Bucks.
Right.
Announcing all these other superstars, but that's all I got to say, and have a great night.
All right. Thanks for the call, and have a great night. So with that, we'll wrap up the show here. I do want to say thank you to everybody who did watch live, or everybody who watched later right here on YouTube. Everybody who either listened later, either on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio. Thank you for supporting us. Give us a 5 stars if possible on those other platforms so they know, hey, this is something people want to listen to, and they can maybe even help promote and put us out more. Also, if you do see the people in the live chat or in the comments, and they've got a little badge next to their name, that's because they've subscribed to become a member of the Pro Wrestling Unlimited YouTube channel. You can do so by hitting that join button right there next to the subscribe button whenever you're either on our channel page or watching one of our videos. You will get access to the badge next to your name. You will get access to special emojis that you can use in the live chat and upcoming exclusive and early access content. You can follow us on social media, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD, and you can follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited. We'll be live again tomorrow night for the SmackDown Live review. Have a great night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.